Hello students, so today we will be seeing how to do the problems based on composition of forces and resolution of forces. So this is the force that has been given. All the forces are coplanar, that is they are lying on a single plane. We have to find a resultant force and the point of application of the resultant force. So this is 200 Newton, 400 Newton, 300 Newton and 500 Newton. In the question, he will ask you to find out the resultant force and the direction of application of the resultant force. So the first and foremost step what we are going to do is, we are going to find out the components of these particular forces. So the first one here, in the first quadrant, you can see there is 200 Newton. It's in the upward direction. Okay. So students, we need to resolve the force into two components, in the x direction and in the y direction. We have to find out the fx component and the fy component, because the resultant is equal to square root of summation of fx square plus the fy square. So every force that has been given to us, we have to find out fx component and the fy component, that is the horizontal component and the vertical component. So taking the first force, that is 200 Newton. It is an outward going force. You can see here 200 outward going force. The direction is outward. Now see the difference here. 300 is an inward coming force and 200 is an outward going force. So direction you have to keep it in your mind, which direction the force is being given to you. Next, this is going to be resolved into two components, x and the y components. I am going to draw a triangle in such a way that the direction of this particular triangle should go and meet the given direction force. For example, this is 200 Newton. Okay, I am going to draw a triangle, I told you. So this direction plus the upward. If it was a downward force this way, then the triangle which I am going to draw should carry the direction such that it should go and meet the direction of the given force. Okay. So 200 I have resolved into two components. Now you people are aware about sin theta, cos theta. Okay. What is sine? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos sin theta is nothing but opposite upon hypotenuse, and cos adjacent upon hypotenuse. Therefore, when the angle is given here 20 degrees, this is your force 200 Newton. Therefore, this component will be 200 sin 20, because it is opposite to the given angle, and this component is 200 cos 20. I will repeat it once more. Whatever is the angle opposite to that, it is 200 sin 20, and the adjacent becomes 200 cos 20, because this 200 is the hypotenuse. I hope it is clear. So next we will take the next component force, that is 400 Newton. Again 400 is an outward direction force. Again I represented the components in the form of a triangle. This angle here it is given 30 degrees. So same thing I have noted down here again. 400 is given 30. I will replace this with the component forces such that the direction of this goes and meets to the given force. Therefore, opposite becomes the sine, adjacent becomes the cos. So, this component becomes 400 sine 30 and this component becomes 400 cos 30. So, similarly, for the third quadrant, this is a inward force here. So, it is going towards the point O, you can say. All these forces were going outwards. This is moving inwards. Whichever direction he is given, take the same direction. So, this is the force which is given. This is 300 Newton. So, next step will be what? I have to resolve this force into two components. This is first component and this is my second component. Okay, angle here it is 30 degrees. Pay attention. Here it is, 60 degrees. So, this is 60 degrees. Fine. 300 and sine 60 opposite to the angle. This becomes 300 cos 60 because it is adjacent. So, similarly, the fourth force I am taking into consideration, this is 400 Newton. This is also moving outwards. Okay. First step will be present the triangle with the direction such that it will go and meet the given force. Where is the angle given here? 45 degrees. So, write the angle here 45 degrees. Opposite to the angle, this is the component. Opposite to the angle, this becomes 500 sine 45. Adjacent to the angle, it is cos. So, 500 cos 45. So, with this step, I have resolved whatever was the given force into x component and the y components. Next, we have to find out summation of fx and summation of fy. So, when I come to this step, the sign convention is very important. I have assumed the upward force is positive, downward force negative, right hand side positive and the left hand side negative. For the given problem, it is mandatory to write the sign convention which you are going to adopt. So, you have to write the sign convention, then using this, whether it is a positive force, negative force, will be seeing. So, which are the fx components? All the components which are along the x direction, all the horizontal components. Okay. So, first, in the first case, which is the fx component, 200 cos 20. Direction towards the right hand side. So, it is going to be plus 200 cos 20. In the second case, which is the component fx, 400 sine 30, which is the direction towards the left hand side. So, I am going to write here minus 400 sine 30. Okay. Next, 300 cos 60, which is the direction again towards your right hand side. So, it is going to be plus 300 cos 60. You can see here it has been written. Okay. Fourth one, 500 cos 45. Direction again towards the right hand side. So, 500 cos 45. You need to be very careful with the sign convention. If you take the wrong signs, the resultant will be wrong. Next, similarly, I need to find out the Fy, summation of Fy component. Okay. So in the first case, so you can see here it is 200 sine 20. What I have taken upward direction as positive. So plus 200 sine 20. In the second one, again it is in the upward direction. So 400 cos 30. Then the third one, again it is 300 sine 60. Again this is also in the upward direction itself. So again I am going to take it as positive 300 sine 60. When I come to the fourth one, this component in the downward direction. Okay. So minus sign 500 sine 45. I hope it is clear. If it is upward, take it positive. If it is downward, take it as negative. So with this you need to calculate. You will get the Fx component and you are going to get the Fy component. Then put it into the resultant formula. R equals to square root of Fx square plus Fy square. Fx it is. So you need to square this plus Fy square. Square it. Therefore 491.49 the whole square plus 321.06 the whole square. Then take the square root of that. 587.06 Newton is the resultant of all the four forces. I hope it is clear. In this problem, main thing that you need to remember is the sign conventions which you are going to use, and which is going to be the sine component, which is going to be the cos component. Very basics. Which side the angle is? Opposite to that angle is your sine component, adjacent is the cos component. Thank you.